So hello again, everyone. I'm just going to briefly reintroduce what I do and why I'm participating in internationalization at home in my university. So I'm probably going to take that off.
Yeah.
So I am Virginie Boolell. I work at the cooperation unit in my university, so in the International Affairs Department. I'm very new in this project, so I know that this project was initiated by my colleague Elodie. Maybe most of you know her. It was initiated, I think, a year and a half, but it was stopped. It was quite difficult to move forward with it because of the pandemic, of course. So I really started to participate in the program about 3 or 4 months ago, so I'm quite new in it. So something I'm going to do at the beginning is just to introduce what is internationalization at home at the University of Montpellier. So what we mean about that, we mean all the activities of internationalization except of outgoing mobility. So it's really a large number of action and projects. So why we wanted to move forward with it, why we wanted to implement this concept in the university. As I said, we already started that last year, but because of the pandemic, like you said before, it was very much a moment to moving forward with it even more. We couldn't send our students abroad, we couldn't organize the usual events we wanted to organize, the welcome week, the staff week and everything. So it was a good way to be creative in a way and to find projects to do on the campus and offer internationalization possibilities to our students even without having to travel. Then, of course, the internationalization at home is already a concept largely developed in with our partners. 64% of the European university already contributed to this matter. It has been contributing for a very long time. And the last one, the last point for the context, is the fact that the University of Montpellier is part of what we call Label Bienvenue en France. So to present you quickly what it is about, the University of Montpellier was rewarded in 2019 the French quality label called Bienvenue en France. It's a very important label because it recognizes that the university has an expertise in welcoming, guiding the students on the campus. Mostly in the French higher education system that might be tricky sometimes because the administration process is very different from other countries. And in a way, we have to promote with this label the UN course offer around the world. And because we have all those expectations we need to answer with this label, we already started to make projects around internationalization, but we really needed to find new ideas and to still contribute to this label and to make it even more important. So, what are the objectives of this implementation of internationalization at home at the University of Montpellier? First of all, it's a way to provide international opportunity to the students on the campus. As I said, it was very difficult to organize big events and to organize mobility and participate to events around the world. It's a way to give credit to international actions conducted at the University of Montpellier, to prove to our students, to show them that it is still possible to have an international experience without having to go to another university. And then it's a way, of course, to connecting with international and European university on that matter. This is basically what we are doing at the moment, but it's a very good way to share expertise, to share feedback about how to implement internationalization at home and the problem we're facing. So how did we do it? How do we proceed in my university to implement the IaH? So first of all, we wanted to highlight what we have been doing for internationalization, what is already has already been done, and if it is still it needs to be improved or need to be developed. Then we evaluate the new challenges. So we have already those projects. Are they good? Are they not good? Do we need to find new ones, to put in place new project, new initiative? Then we needed to structure the IaH in the university and to develop a common strategy, because the University of Montpellier, it includes a lot of faculties, schools, institutions, and they all need to gather around the internationalization at home and find a common strategy for the university. And finally, identify the action and the resources we can put in those projects and actions. So first of all, I'm gonna highlight our existing action at the University of Montpellier. Yes? Can I? Or is it going to be a problem for...
Okay, but then we are not going to see the participants. Okay, when they have all the...
Yeah, they all have the camera. Is it too small? Yeah, sorry. So yeah, this is a picture, so it's not very useful to see what is on this picture. The text is resume, submit, what it is about. Okay. Okay. So first of all, this is a project we have initiated last year. So for the 2020 academic year. Because most of the time, the welcome desk QM is something we do in person. So we welcome the new students and guide them through the different services in the university, but also how to find transportation or location in the University of Montpellier, how to get visa or things like that. So we couldn't do it in person, so we did it virtually. We created on our website a specific page where they have all the information they usually ask us to provide them. So university about the information about the university, so the faculties, how to enroll, how to get scholarship and things like that. And we also give them a specific email address where they can ask those questions. So it was a way for us to remotely guide them and show them that we are still here, even though the pandemic is an issue for that, but we're still here to answer their question and to make them feel comfortable in starting a new course at the University of Montpellier. Then, something we also do every year, it's a welcome week. So it's an annual event for the international students. It's a perfect time actually to get to know them and to introduce the faculties and the university to them, to show them what's the bigger picture of the university, because most of the time what we have noticed is that the students think only in their faculty, that there is only the Faculty of Education, for instance, but they don't have a sense of belonging to the University of Montpellier and to the different international programs that we can offer to them. So it's a good way to connect with them, but also to encourage interaction between the students and between the different nationalities. All right, so we couldn't do it last year, so those pictures are from the year before, and it's usually a very large-scale event. So we're going to do it at the end of September for this year, but we're not going to do it in a very large scale. We're going to try to keep it very limited, but still showing that we are here to guide them. And another example of this in action we have been doing is the staff curriculum. So it's not so much on the students matter, but more on the partnership matter. And it's a good way to networking with the partners, to share feedback about projects, how projects are moving forward. Do we need to improve something? Do we need to develop anything else? And of course, it's also a good time to strengthen international cooperation between the universities on the campus. So we didn't find a way to do it virtually yet, but it is something we can work on, for example. Then, now we know we have a different information about existing action of IaH at the University of Montpellier. What we started to do is to structure the IaH. So we really started it in January. We actually create study groups, including administration staff, teachers, project coordinators from all the faculty in the University of Montpellier, from different backgrounds, and we all gather. We gather small groups. We get the small groups of study to evaluate the challenges they are facing day to day in the university, the needs they have observed in the different faculty. From there, we selected specific topic to improve, but we really wanted to focus on reachable topic for this year. We really trying to do it, but very slowly, step by step, and to have reachable goal for this year. So we developed a common strategy for this academic year, and we have selected 3 projects, 2 that we're going to do for this year, and another one which is in progress. We don't really know when we're going to be able to do it, and if it's going to be possible. So I'm going to start with the first one. The first project we identified and is being developed recently. We're still going to organize large-scale events during the academic year. We're going to try to do a staff week. The welcome week is arriving at the end of September. But I think it would be good to have an international fair or to organize contests among the different universities and the students. But something pretty new, and we're really going to focus on that for this year, is to plan occasional activities, because most of the time a lot of students can't come to those big events because they're not on the campus, or they don't want to. With the pandemic, a lot of students don't want to participate to large-scale events, which we totally understand. So we wanted to organize virtual possibilities to participate in internationalization at home. So we want to organize a series of webinars, workshops, intercultural activity, language tuition, contest, and things like that on a platform. So basically, it will be a way for students to join the internationalization at home and to participate to those webinars, but it could be also a way for them to organize them, to present something to the partners, to other students. And this is actually a project we would like to do with other universities. For instance, saying that a university from Italy, one from France, and another one from Canada want to present a workshop around interculturality throughout the world. So they basically join together and try to present something, and it would be a good way for students to participate every month to those events remotely. Then another one we try to implement is the welcome desk in your pocket. So basically, this is what I introduced before, the welcome desk to give information to the student, but we wanted to make it more practical So we're gonna find a way to develop an interactive app that the students can use every day on the campus, and we guide them on the campus where to go, where to find the specific office they need to contact. We'll have the welcome pack, so basically all the information you find on the welcome desk useful information about health insurance registration, the event on the faculty, and so on. So those two actions and projects are going to be created this year. And the last one is just an idea we had. We don't know yet if it's going to be possible to implement it, just because on a legal point of view, but maybe most of you know this concept. I don't know, we're going to try it. So it's the International Reconnaissance badge. We heard this idea from one of our colleagues in international office in our faculty that says, I think it is quite something in Canada. They create a badge to encourage the participation of this international student in projects. So basically, let's say a student wants to welcome a new batch of students. They want to give them information to help them go throughout the administration process and everything. At the end of the year, these students could get an official certification on the diploma, or let's say a specific badge, not on the diploma, but a specific separate badge, saying all the action has been participated in. That would show and increase the value of international projects and initiative without traveling. Sometimes some of them don't have the financial support to travel, or can't travel too much or don't want to. So it's a good way to give value to their participation in this subject. I think that's pretty much it from my side. So if you have any questions or comments, I will be happy to hear them.
Thank you, Virginia. Any questions?
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you tell us more a little bit about the initiative you are going to have related to involve your faculty and the whole university in the discussion related to a common strategy about internationalization?
You mean the way we gather everyone and try to, okay. So it started in January. A lot of head department contacts the whole university, all staff members, teachers, and everyone, and explain to them that we're going to initiate internationalization at home. Would you like to participate to group studies? And yes, if you have, do you have idea and plan of action? So we are very at the beginning of it. So we just met all of them. We selected a group of people who want to travel to work together about this idea. And we just presented the topic I told you, but for now, we stop from there. We know that we need a plan of action to restart actually the project I told you about. But we are facing a lot of changes in the university, so it's very difficult to keep track at the moment.
And in fact, this kind of initiative is piloted by which instance in the university? So it is the Office of International Relations?
Yes, International Affairs Department.
Who is leading this initiative?
It's, well, in the International Affairs Department, there are different heads of each department at the head, the director. So basically the cooperation unit is participating, the project unit, and the director of international affairs. Those are the three main person who are organizing the IaH.
At the political level, do you have the institutional support to do this kind of initiative?
Well, for now, I don't have this information because usually it's my colleague who is really more into the political matter, so I don't really have the information yet.
Because maybe this will have a structural impact at the level of the university. We need to have changes in terms of organization and so on, and even resources, structure.
Well, I know that we need to have the agreement of the DGS, so the general director, and from and from there they told us each year how much fund we can have for each project. But they don't really let us know about more of that. They just want to know where we're going with those ideas before giving all the specific information.